Good morning. Wow, this is loud. Sorry about this. I'm Chris. I'm emceeing on this stage for the whole day and tomorrow. I'm also the first speaker, which is going to make the introduction of the first speaker awkward because I know far too much about him. I also came from Seattle yesterday, so I'm utterly jet-lagged and also confused. So if I make mistakes, that's basically you have to live with it. I got asked to do this job because I've been moderating other conferences before, and also I've been doing that at the other WeAreDevelopers conference in Vienna earlier this year. So for the next 2 days, we're going to talk about all the things in artificial intelligence, all the bias problems, all the big data problems, all the issues that we face, and the promises that we're getting from AI. I want you to enjoy this time, and in my keynote, I also want to lay the ground of what's to come. And I want to make sure that this is a great experience for all of us. So please ask questions for all the speakers. For that, we're using a system called Slido. So if you go to slido.com and you use the code AIC18, you can ask your questions. They will get curated and also moderated by the Slido team. So I will have a much easier task later on asking all the other speakers what else they could answer, what questions they should give you, or what answers they should give you, because there's no point getting a microphone at this amount of people until it's there, the conference is over. We're already a bit late, so I'm going to be a bit rushing. The other thing I want you to remember is that there's an app to download on your phone and to delete 3 days later, because obviously the web wasn't good enough, it seems. But I'm not bitter about this. I'm just saying there is an app that you can use. And in the app and also on the website, there is the code of conduct. This is a very inclusive conference. We don't tolerate any kind of abuse in sexual manner, racist manner, these kind of things. If you see something that concerns you, if you see something that you think is annoying, please talk to anybody of the staff. They're very much obvious with the T-shirts, and they will sort it out and help you see that, make that problem goes away. There's no tolerance for it. I think we have far too many instances in real life where people are not inclusive. So we, as the privileged people that work with technology, should actually show a great example for the world out there that we're all the same and we actually should work with each other. And we have our end users are diverse, so we should be much more diverse as well. So to learn more about the event, I want to invite the founders of WeAreDevelopers up here. They're going to talk to you about what the event is about and introduce the first guest speaker before me. So without further ado, now it's going to be hard. Shad Achmenovic, Benjamin Rushin, and Thomas Panninger, if you please come up on stage and tell us what this is all about.
Good morning. Wow. So welcome everyone to the WeAreDevelopers AI Congress 2018. It's very humbling to see all of you, over 2,000 people from more than 40 countries, software developers, data scientists, machine learning experts, from industry all the way to academia, working in the fields of NLP, deep learning, computer vision, you name it. It's such an amazing crowd. So thanks all of you for attending, and a very warm welcome from us. We encourage all of you to make the most of these 2 days. So take the chance to see 40 amazing speakers, join the workshops to deep dive into new technologies, meet people, make friends, share your ideas, your projects with your peers. Don't miss out on the after party tonight, but most importantly, have fun.
This event would not be possible without the people behind the scenes. So I would like firstly to give a thanks to our team of 70 employees who were working really hard the past 6 months in order to make this event happen. I would also like to thank the 80 volunteers who will help us to run this event smoothly in the next 2 days. And I want to give a special thank to the guy who actually runs the show behind the scenes and who has led the event team for the past 2 years. Please give a round of applause to Alexander. Come on stage. Thank you, Alex.
It's great to have you all here. Please take advantage of the opportunities that we have here. We have great partners to network. We have Microsoft, we have Oracle, we have a bunch of cool workshops ready for you. Is there anyone here who has a startup or who's a startup founder or working in a startup? Raise your hands. Okay. If you're a startup and you need money, go to the ground floor. You have booths from the Austrian Research Promotion Agency and AWS. It's not the Amazons, it's the Austrian version, Austria Wirtschaftsservice. They give you grants, they give you low interest loans, they give you consulting, so take advantage of opportunities. There's lots of money out there for you, and enjoy these 2 days. It's a pleasure for us to announce our next speaker who's going to hold the opening keynote for all of you. She has supported us since she became the Minister of Digitization and Economic Affairs. And please welcome Minister Margarete Schramböck on stage.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Austria and welcome to Vienna. For those who have traveled far, we are happy to have you here today. I'm your Minister of Digital and Economic Affairs in Austria, and I'm, so to say, a startup. Because we are the first ministry in Europe which is designed exactly like this. So digital first and then economic affairs. So this is important because digitalization and all the developments we have are key for the transformation of any kind of business. It's not only key for the transformation of the startups, which we have seen here. So can you please raise your hands again, the startup entrepreneurs? Welcome, welcome here. But it's also key for those who work in other type of mid-sized companies, so-called SME. Who is from an SME? Anybody here? Oh, yes, also. And also from the larger companies, the IT companies, as well as all the industrial companies. Who is from there? Yeah, exactly. And it is also good and important for those who are working in science. So we need to build an ecosystem which is consisting of successful companies from SME and startups and big companies, the big international companies, and also science and politics. So we together are developers. You are developers. Because we are living in a time which is, for me, the most exciting that ever can be. Studies are saying that every 250 years, we live in a time where one generation cannot imagine how the previous generation has lived. And I can tell you a story from my own family. My father he was grown up in the countryside, in the mountains of Tyrol, close to Kitzbühel, and in summertime he was running all the time without shoes, just in lederhosen, and he didn't have TV, he didn't have internet, he didn't have IT, not even a telephone at home. Me, I was growing up with a quarter of a telephone. Who knows what a quarter of a telephone is? Oh, some of you are knowing that. So we have been using that, and I have been on the phone and my neighbors had to wait. When I talk to my niece and my nephew, they're looking at me with big eyes and said, how could you survive? Yes, somehow we did survive, but of course the innovations that we see now, especially artificial intelligence, blockchain, and all the other topics which are coming up, are helping us in our daily lives. So our common target should be and should always be, this is our common responsibility, to make life easier and not more difficult. And we should also use all the opportunities we have to have improvements in different types of areas. Today you will talk about the topic of health, you will talk about science, innovations in the different fields which are there. It's not only about automotive and autonomous driving. It's not only about that, because this is often the example which people like to use in this connection. So we are sharing some common goal, and what can we do in politics for that? I've not been a politician until 1 year ago. I was a CEO of IT and telco companies for over 15 years, and I decided to go into politics to bring about the change and to bring there everything which I have learned during running IT companies. And this is the good thing. And fortunately, we are now heading also the Council of the European Union. And here we have important targets. First one is to set up an industrial policy for Europe, which actually was a little bit forgotten because as startups, as scientists, we need industry, and we need industry to be successful. And we are not talking about an industry which is polluting the environment, but we are talking about a fully digitalized industry based on artificial intelligence and robotics. This is what brings back jobs into Europe. We can reindustrialize Europe, and we can have these developments in Europe again, which we have to some extent lost. But there we need to put the focus, and we need to put this topic on a level playing field with environmental protection and also with consumer protection, always on the same level, not the one above the other. Second important topic for Europe was for me to work on the single digital market. And unfortunately, it's only 6 months that we are heading the council, so it's ending in December. But the single digital market, and to get along with this and be successful, is so important, not only for Europe, but for us in total in the world, because this is a very big market, and we need to bring benefits and make use of the full benefits of a single digital market. Therefore, I was working on 2 main files. Platform to business was one, and public sector information, which we both closed in the last few days. So this is important for us to continue to work on that with all the different topics that we have. In Austria, I'm very happy that we can support you in these 2 or 3 days, which you are here. Hopefully you are enjoying the time, you're learning a lot, you're networking. This is what we want to support. We are developers, and I'm convinced this is a very, very important event. And also because next year we will start the year of digitalization and digital year for Austria. Digital Austria is our target. And we will put the whole year under this motto. And one of the topics will be that we will create and we will concentrate on artificial intelligence. And you can help us on this with what you are doing today and tomorrow, which will help us to understand better what we need to do on an Austrian level. And you can be assured that I will take this also to a European level. With the next Commission, which is coming up soon, and please go for the vote. Your vote counts. It's very important that you join there and you express yourself where we want to go. And with the next Commission, I will bring myself in a discussion with them. I will work very closely with them to make them understand what is necessary. And here we have different areas. We have the field of innovation and R&D. We need to support R&D on a European and Austrian and each country level. Second, we need to have the right infrastructures, everything which is necessary that you can work in a good way. And then my most favorite topic, it's about education. It's about digital competences. And together we need to improve the digital competences in whole Europe. And we have a big responsibility there because you are privileged and I am privileged. And we need to make sure that with the innovations that we have opportunities to take as many with us as possible. So I'm very happy that you're here. Thank you that you took the time, that you are sharing in this community, and you have my big support also for the future. Thank you for everything you're doing. I'm excited, and I wish you success. A lot of ideas also here, when you're here, to have a lot of ideas to implement them, and we're happy to have WeAreDevelopers in Austria. Thank you very much.